Going on into throwing, we'll go from throwing, we'll go to right to pitching then, okay? Throwing real quick, real simple, okay? You know, when we throw a baseball, pitchers and outfielders are going to have the same break, okay? Infielders, if you have a guy that's a true infielder, as you get older, their break's going to be a little bit more deliberate, quicker, okay? An outfielder or pitcher, we're going to have a longer stride, okay? So we want our thumbs, okay, when I break, are going to come basically down to my thighs. So if you think about throwing in terms of pitching and outfielding, okay, your throw in terms of how your hands come out of your glove are be very, very similar. Okay, we want that ball pointing away from our target. We want our elbows to be up above our shoulder. We call this equal and opposite. We want our elbows to be equally bent on both sides. There's unlimited amounts of equal and opposites. Okay, some guys are going to be here, some guys are going to be here, some guys are going to be here, here. You know, any type of these bends, as long as my bends are bent the same. Okay, it's going to balance our body out. So things we talk about that'll help them going further. Okay, get into a good equal and opposite. Okay,
guys, this is the biggest word I heard when I came back 3 years ago. It's balance. Okay, throwing, fielding, hitting, pitching. When your front foot lands on any of these different skills, you've got to have balance. I cannot tell you, as I called folks from Toronto where I used to play with, called folks, Terry Francona, knew him with the White Sox, knew him in Boston, and I was in Cleveland. To hear these different organizations all come back around and saying, yeah, what we're seeing is we've got to have these kids, men in a good balanced position, give themselves a chance to have the most success, to hit a ball hard, to throw a strike. So everything that we talk about, again, as soon as Jerry landed, I mean, start to picture when we talk about hitting, we talk about feeling, that balance. And try to say that word to the kids and try to see if they're in a 50-50 position. When you see kids, you know, loaded up here, or you see kids that are starting to throw and they're leaning too far forward. First step, okay, slow it down. Maybe this one we have to do 2 or 3 times. Maybe let's come up with a different drill to get them into that good balanced position. But like Jerry said, equal and opposites cannot tell you. Came back, called all the people from the other organizations. Tell me a little bit about how you guys are teaching the minor leagues. What kind of new those plays? Do you use video analysis? Yes, 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 yes. Oh yeah, yeah. It's all about balance. All about balance. When the front foot lands, you've got to be in about a good 50-50 balance position. Okay. What we're doing is consistent with the other guys, so that's a good thing.
When my hands break, okay, a lot of times I'll tell kids if they're struggling, they're ending up here. One of the things I use is spill the water, spill the drink, okay? You have them imagine they're holding 2 glasses of water and just taking them and spilling them. The thumbs are going to go down, okay? It's kind of a good guidance, and you can go into here, okay? Elbows relaxed, good V position. Spill the drink now, your thumbs are coming down, and we ride up from there. Okay, thumbs are down, we're riding up. As an infielder, if you have a guy that's just playing infield, okay, his thumbs are still going to go down, he's still going to break the same way. He's not going to come all the way down to his thighs. He's going to be more deliberate, more there. And again, that's going to be more because of his feet. You want your hands and your feet working at the same speed. This is going to be quicker, okay? I'm not going to be as strong making my throw. I might not be able to throw it as far, but it's going to be a little quicker to get here, through. And again, my feet are stepping a shorter distance. I'm not taking that long stride. As an outfielder coming up, taking a long stride, you want your hands working with your feet. As a pitcher, we want to be teaching a long, strong stride. Again, my hands should be working with my feet. Same thing too, you can kind of look, if someone's having late hands, if their hands are getting up here late, okay, maybe they're coming down too much, okay? If you find that they're landing and they're not in a throwing position, okay, watch what they're doing. If they're only here and they're already here, okay, try to lengthen that stride out a little bit. Lengthen the stride, lengthen the hands out a little bit. Try to get them to work together. But hands and feet have to work together. One of the big things in throwing that I'm real big on is the hip. My hip's got to lead my way. Okay, I've got to take my hip to my target. We'll talk a lot about it with pitching, but throwing the same thing. I've got to get my hip going to my target to make my strongest and most accurate throw. So learning that, feet close together, ball in the glove, have the kids step into their throwing position, see what they can do. Okay, they should be nice and balanced, they should be strong. If you come over and give them a push, they shouldn't be able to go anywhere. If they're landing all forward here, they're losing their backside. If they're landing all back here, okay, they've got too much back here, it's not going to transfer through my throw, okay? So landing to a nice, strong, balance point, riding out this backside a little bit, and getting to our equal and opposite. From here, turning into throwing, okay? So a lot of times in terms of playing catch, I like to control it, okay? Especially at the beginning, go through kind of some of the routines, pick a couple drills each day to go to, but control the drill where you just don't go get loose. Because when you say go get loose, this is what you get. You get all kinds of just nonsense. No one's working. Oh, right? No one's working on anything, okay? But playing catch, warming up, getting loose, play with the purpose, okay? Every time they catch the ball, I want to see a transfer. Okay, they don't have to throw it back right away. Okay, we're not always working quick and get it out, okay, because now we're not working necessarily the fundamentals of our throw, but I want to see a transfer. So if Michael throws one to me, I want to see, I get the ball out of my hand. At least I got it to my hand. Got four-seam grip, okay? Now I can go ahead and work the drill, whatever drill we're doing. We're here, stride it out, turn and throw it, okay? Seeing it through. I'm big on holding our finishes. Again, Michael was saying balance, but throwing through and having them hold their finish. Okay? We want to take, when I get here, we want to think about taking my chest towards my glove. My glove's not coming back at my chest. My chest is going towards my glove. You see a lot of guys in the big leagues, okay? You know, Chris Sale's a big one. You know, he's quirky, okay? He's got, you know, super long arms, kind of a freak of nature, but if you pause his release, that glove's out in front of him. Okay, now when he finishes, his swings back, he's got so much torque coming through. But if you pause at release, is what we're worried about, is where that glove is at release. Okay, a lot of kids get here. They're releasing their gloves all back here. That shoulder is flying open. Watch what their glove is doing. If they do a good job of keeping it in front of them, odds are that glove is turning, and that open part's going to face their chest. Okay, can you throw like this and finish it? Yeah, you can. Okay, but when you keep your thumbs down here, when you throw, when you keep it there, the natural motion is kind of for it to go down, causing the shoulder to spin off it a little bit. We want to try to kill that front shoulder, okay, and go to our target. So,
guys, almost everything that you're going to see in the packets is going to be talking about trying to get the kids to focus linearly. I want to be able to always step toward my target, follow through toward my target. Infield, outfield, playing catch. I want to see these kids stepping toward it and following through. Head is the biggest weight these kids have. Your body naturally works in a balanced way, left foot, right hand, okay? So if I'm starting to play catch and I start to pull this arm out or pull the glove sideways, this arm's going to go out. If I start to drop my head this way, this arm's going to go out so that I can try to throw it in this direction. So if we keep that head straight and we're stepping toward our glove, shortening that distance to our target, now we're going to start getting into a good habit where I might be a little low, a little high, but I'm not going to be missing this way and that way.
Have them think about their glove, their shoulder to hip is a box. Okay, box. As I go to throw, I want to keep my glove either on the edge of that box or inside that box. I don't want to let my glove swing outside that box, okay? Especially at release point. Staying nice and tight, nice and compact. One thing I didn't talk about was my toe, pointing my toe at my target. It's going to happen. Don't worry about the toe, okay? What happens is if we tell the kids to point their toe at the target, this is what they do. Everything opened up right when I stepped, okay? So now when you go to pitch, okay, you go to pitch, what are you going to do? Everything's going to open up. Okay, so now it becomes very difficult to break that habit. We learned something. Our toe is going to end up at our target. Okay, but then we teach it so much that we got to turn that toe to the target that we end up forming bad habits because now I've lost the ability to drive through my throw. So a lot of these drills, I'm not like if I'm doing a stationary throw, I'm stepping, I'm getting here. I'm not worried about this front foot. I'm here. If I'm going to hold from here, my toe's going to be pointing straight out. As I turn my back side, my front side's going to open. It's going to. Okay? If I'm not turning my backside, if I don't turn my backside, okay, I'm going to have issues here. If you see a kid throwing like this didn't come through. Okay? He's resisting here. Okay? This back hip's got to come through my throw. If he's throwing a natural motion all the way through and he's finishing here, it's hard to do. It's really difficult to do. Okay? I'm telling you, most times that toe is going to end up kind of where we want it. Okay, what'll happen is if they open it up too soon, if I'm going down this line, they're going to end up over here. Okay, their stride's going to be real short instead of being able to stride it out. So keep that toe point it out as long as I can, and then it'll turn through. It'll turn through. Okay? I'm not real big on teaching turn your toe because most times you don't have to tell them that. But if they're doing this, again, it's causing negatives here. They're pulling off. All my shoulder, everything's already twisted. So I'm not going to be able to use my backside as much.
Same thing. This is one of the stations. This is just 5 throws back and forth. Okay? You broke the kids up after they've loosened up. We're going to work on some throwing or some fielding. You've got 6 kids over here, your assistant coach is over there doing something else. Pause. Have them freeze. Have them throw, and then see if they can keep their balance. I'll tell you, one of the best things you guys can do, I know I talked about the wiffle balls, I know I talked about the electric tape. If there's a sports memorabilia store, go there, ask them what's the cheapest long sleeve of old baseball cards that they have. 2008, whomever, 200 baseball cards for $5, okay? Buy it.